Hello guys, welcome to the new video. This video will be tutorial of the basic settings which will improve your gameplay. Let's start with the aim assist. This aim assist is about assisting you to aim at enemies. So what happens when you disable it? If you disable it, the automatic aim assist will not help you to aim at the enemy. You have to improve your aim in order to connect your shots. So I prefer enabling the aim assist because it will be a lot easier to aim at enemies and shoot. So similarly, what is this blocked sight warning? What happens when it is enabled? Look, I'll show you. If you are behind a cover, you see a circular red sign in the middle of the screen. This one. Actually, this is the blocked sight warning. It says that you can't shoot ahead of you because your sight is blocked. Look, your sight is blocked right now. So what happens when you disable it? If you disable it, look, your crosshair is still there, but there is no warning sign. So I prefer enabling the blocked sight warning because it will let you know if your crosshair is locked and if you can't shoot your enemies at that moment of time. So let's move on to another part, the bolt action rifle and crossbow firing mode and shotgun firing mode. It is basically about using sniper and the shotguns in tap mode or the release mode. What happens in the tap mode is, right now my tap mode is on. You aim at enemy, you tap your shoot button once, it will shoot like this, right? Like this. But what happens when you put it on release? Then if you put it on release, it will not it will not shoot at when you tap it, but it will shoot when you release your finger from the shoot button, like this. You can hold your fire button, it will open scope, and when you release it, it will shoot. So some people prefer putting it on release, but I prefer putting it on tap because I'm using the tap option since the starting of my Pubg. So the shotgun firing mode is also same like the bolt action firing mode. You can either put it on tap or release. Let's move on to pick and fire. What happens when you enable the pick and fire button? When you enable it, there is a pick button in your screen, right? But when you disable it, there is no pick button. The pick button is disappeared. So it is a must that you enable this option, because in the game there will be the situation where you have to pick actually and shoot at the enemy. So similar to that, pick and open scope is about it opens scopes and pick at the same time. Look. But when I disable it, it will peek, but the scope is not open at the moment. Look, it is only peeking. You have to open scope like this. It is good for the claw players, 4-finger players or 5-finger players, but for the thumb players it is better that you put it on enable. So guys, let's move on to the lean mode. What happens when you put it on tap? So if you put it on tap, you have to press, you have to tap your pick button, you have to tap your pick button and close it by tapping it again. But when you put it on hold, you can still pick, but you have to hold the pick button. You have to hold this. Look, it is not picking when I'm not holding it. I'm just tapping it, but it is not hold. It is not like it is not picking. So you have to hold your button to pick. So I prefer mix because it's a mix of both tap and hold. You can tap also, or you can hold also. When you put it on mix, you can tap like this and close, and you can still hold your pick button, and when you leave it, it will close. Okay, it works like this. So similarly, the scope mode, it is the same as lean mode. When you put it on mix, when you open scope, you can tap and close, you can hold and leave it to close. It is both mix. So similarly, display left side fire button, I put it always on the left side, this button, so it will be a lot easier in the game to fire. What happens when I put it on scope on only? Look, the fire button is disappeared, but when I open scope, the fire button pops up at the left side of the screen. So similarly, when I close it, you cannot have that left side fire button in the screen. So I prefer putting it on always on. So similarly, I am a gyroscope player. I'll make a video on gyroscope later on, so I'll talk about it later on. So the other options like auto open doors enable, play mode enable, slide button, it is for team deathmatch TDM. So I prefer disabling it because I don't like sliding thing in the team deathmatch. So universal mark, it is a recent update from Pubg Mobile. I have enabled it. It is a lot easier to like mark things and mark location. Default parachute follow enable. So similarly, healing prompt, it will help you to choose appropriate healings or painkillers. Similarly, jump and climb, the combined setting. If you separate it, the next button pops up here. You can use this to vault the walls. So similarly, let's combine damage effect red and the other options. FPV swap enable, sometimes you have to switch the FPV mode in game, so I have enabled it. So other options are very simple. So yeah guys, this was the tutorial of basic settings. I hope you guys liked it. So don't forget to like this video, and please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe right now. And till then, bye bye.